The Type 64 is a Chinese Tier 6 premium light tank. More than 50 of these vehicles were produced in Taiwan. All basic components of the vehicle were based on the American vehicles. The Hellcat turret was mounted on the chassis of M42 anti-aircraft vehicle, and the armament was the well-proven M1A2 gun. Only one Type 64 prototype survives today. In World of Tanks, this is a very mobile premium light tank, but let's see how it fares in some gameplay. Hello guys and welcome back to World of Tanks Ace Tanker series, and as you can see today we'll be driving the Type 64, and driving the Type 64 for us is doktorXN. And well, this is a Chinese Tier 6 premium light tank, as you well know, and we are going to take a look at what the Type 64 can really do in a matchup that is not that pretty, because we have a lot of Tier 8s here and a lot of Tier 7s and a lot of Tier 6, and well, this tank doesn't really have any armor, so everything that is going to shoot at you, it is going to penetrate, and it is very susceptible to HE shells, so really any HE shell that shoots this tank is probably going to penetrate. So yeah, what is going to save you on the battlefield is the mobility of the tank. As you can see, you can get up to 72 kilometers per hour, which is pretty great. I believe that's one of the best top speeds that you can get in any tank, not just the light tanks. Also, one good thing that you should know about this tank is that it has decent view range, so I believe it is the joint best at Tier 6. So this is something that you are going to look forward to if you decide to purchase this tank. And another thing that is pretty great here is the gun. Really, when shooting on this Ethereum one, you do not get to see the excellence of this gun, but trust me, we are going to see a lot of great shots with this gun in this replay, so just be patient and wait till the end. And well, as you can see, the situation on the map is not that great at this side, because the enemy tanks have more on that side, and that's something that really the Type 64 cannot handle. So the best thing that you can do in this tank is just go back and change the flank and go into a position from which you can either spot or either do this following thing that the doktorXN is going to do in this replay. So you can see that this side of the map is not that very well populated, so what he can do in his light tank is just use the mobility, use the top speed, as I was saying, to relocate, to get into a good position and start pumping shots into the enemy tanks. Now the reload of the gun is decent. I believe you get 2000 DPM with the gun. The gun is standard M1A2, the American gun that you can find on the Tier 6 tanks, and well, this gun, it has 128mm for penetration, 115 damage, but as you can see, it is more than enough for penetration to put the shots on the side of the medium tanks, Tier 8 medium tanks to be exact, and shooting this 59 pattern, or 58 pattern, or what's it called, it really seems that is pretty easy to penetrate that kind of tanks when you get into a good position. Now, if he wasn't flanking, if he was trying to shoot from the front side, he probably wouldn't have done anything there. So the position that he is now in is not that great, because as you can see, he is spotted. The T-3485 has the side shot on him. The second problem that he is going to face is, yeah, in front of him the AMX CDC, and on the side of him it's the T-3485, so really he doesn't want to be in this position, but he's playing very aggressively. He wants to spot in that T-3485 and try and put some shots in. So the gun, as I said, pretty good, but when you're fighting similar tier vehicles like the T-3485, when you're trying to fight at some bigger tanks, some Tier 8 tanks, you're maybe going to get into some trouble if you cannot fight the sides or the rear. But one thing that this gun is good for is just auto-aiming and shooting on the move. Let me show you what I mean now. Take a look at his positioning here now. He auto-aims and shoots on the back of the VK302D, penetrates 2, and now he's going for the E25. Again auto-aim here, because really he cannot E4 to stay in front of the E25. Pushes the E25, puts another shot in, puts another shot in with the out aim, and another shot. And well, yeah, he's on low HP, but he was able to TPM the E25 while he was fighting with the T54. So in this position, he is one shot for everything on his team. Good thing for his team is that they have higher tier tanks. And the bad thing is that the enemies are really near the cap and they just need to defend from these positions to win the game. So doktorXN is left alone on the top side, and if he wants to help his team, probably the best thing to do is just try and find the side of that Skoda or of that AMX CDC that is somewhere located somewhere in the J0. But the problem, once again, another problem is that the enemies are trying to cap, and if the Skoda T25 and the AMX CDC just wait and just provide some more time for the friendly tanks to cap, they would be able to finish this one, well, by capping. The good thing is this is encounters, so capping is not that great. You are going to have problems, and it looks like the heavy tanks have pushed through. Oh, the CDC kills the KV3, but the heavy tanks look like they pushed through, and doktorXN is doing the best thing that he can do in this position. So he is driving around using the auto aim on the enemy tanks and finishing them off one by one. Now, this is probably one of the key moments that I like, is aiming on the MX CDC, realizing that the MX CDC is probably one of the biggest threats so far, and killing him, just removing him for the game, is really a smart move here, and well, really something that you should think about when, while trying to win the game. So once again, he is tempting his fate. He is going in front of the guns of the ENG Panzer and the HP Panzer 1C. The good thing is, well, while they are taking a look at the Type 64, the other tanks, so the T-32, can just go out and pump shots in them. But it looks like he is skirmishing very well here against the light tank, and as I said, the aim time pretty great. Kills them for the 6th kill with the light tank. That's a GG, and let's take a look at the post-game stats. As we can see, a pretty decent game here by doktorXN. He got a couple of medals like Bruiser, Arsonist, Duelist, Fire for Effect, Top Gun, and of course the Master Badge Ace Tanker. On team score sheet, we can see that he finished first with 2634 damage, 6 kills, and over 1500 experience. On detailed report, we can see that he fired 37 shots, of which 28 hit the target and 23 penetrated, and with the standard account he was able to score 33,000 credits. So as always, a summary of what we saw in this gameplay. Now we saw the excellent mobility of this tank, really demonstrating when he relocated and changed flanks. We also saw the capabilities of the gun, which is pretty accurate on the move. And one of the best features of this tank is just driving out the enemies, shooting them on the side and the rear, and punching some holes in them and doing some decent damage. Overall, we didn't see this tank used much as a spotter, but we saw it being used as a brawler, which is how usually most of the people use this tank, in clan wars or in random games. As always guys, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't like the video, you can leave a dislike. Leave a comment what you think about this tank, and well, if I missed anything, just remind me in the comment section down below. Also, if you don't know what to watch next, you can watch the previous video with the WZ-111. Also a nice demonstration of the tank, but more importantly, we saw how you should not hesitate in your games. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, you can do it now. I hope you guys like this one, and I'll see you in the next one.